Welcome to the EXP Group, one of the leading providers of business training solutions. Please enjoy this presentation and visit us on the web at www.theexpgroup.com for more information.
Hello and welcome to today's training video from the EXP Group on ACCA Paper P3 Business Analysis. Now, what we're going to be looking at today, we're carrying on within the analysis stage of the rational model and looking at a model that was designed by Porter, by Mr. Porter, Michael Porter. We've already heard of Michael Porter, Porter's Diamond, Porter's Five Forces. This time he's talking about the value chain, Porter's value chain. Now, as we can see from the diagram here in front of you on page 19 of your Express Notes, this is what is known as a value chain. Just to talk through a couple of the issues here. The value chain gives an overview, gives a bird's eye view of an organization and how the various activities are structured together. It's divided into primary, and primary activities are related with production. It also has support activities at the top, and these provide the sort of background for the effectiveness of the organization. Just to have a look now at the primary activities. To start with, we have inbound logistics. How does an organization get the raw materials into the organization? We then have operations, converting the raw materials to the output. We then have outbound logistics, getting the product to the customers. We then have marketing and sales and any after-sales service. And within the support function, we have the overall firm infrastructure, HRM, human resource management, technological development, and procurement. And all of these areas cover the primary function. Now, according to Porter, how an organization manages this chain will depend on what the margin it makes, the margin between what it pays and what it can charge. Okay, let's just think of a couple of examples looking at the primary areas to start with, the primary activities. What about a shop? As an example, a shop or a supermarket. So the inbound logistics, the first stage for the shop, inbound logistics, would be getting the products into the shop, getting the goods that are going to be sold. The operations, now I'm going to come back to the operations in a minute because I want to talk about the outbound logistics first. Because sometimes people get a bit confused with the value chain and the shop. Now, in the outbound logistics, that is selling the goods to the customers. So when you or I go into a shop, we buy something, that is outbound logistics from the shop. So, what do we mean by operations? What are the operations? Well, the operations are designing the store layout, filling the shelves, and so on. That's the operations. Marketing and sales. Now that's going to vary on a case-by-case basis, with some of the larger supermarket chains, for example, spending a lot of money on marketing and sales, to the smaller corner shop type of shops, maybe spending a limited amount on marketing and sales. Service, after-sales service, this could be guarantees, for example, on products. Okay, let's just have a quick look now at the notes to this. So, reading through it, the value chain was introduced by Porter. Yes, we already know that. I said that 5 minutes ago. And represents an approach to looking at the development of competitive advantage within an organization. Now this is where the context of the chain comes up, because he says all organizations consist of activities which link together to develop the value of a business. So they're linking like a chain. If you have a chain around your neck or a bracelet or anything like that, they're made up of little links. And together these different activities represent the value chain. And as I said before, the margin, if you go down here, the margin in the diagram is the added value, which is the difference between the total value of the activities and the cost of performing them. Okay, so that was just a very quick overview of Porter's value chain, which gives a bird's eye view of an organization. And how do companies use this in practice? Well, to fully understand how their business operates and to make sure that the various links are speaking to each other and are working together. Okay, just to wrap up today's lecture, let's talk about a restaurant. A restaurant. Okay, so what parts of the primary activities would apply to a restaurant? So, inbound logistics. What are the inbound logistics for a restaurant? That is getting the raw materials, getting the vegetables, getting the meat, getting the items that they are going to prepare. The operations of a restaurant, well, that would be the chefs preparing and the cooks preparing the meals. Outbound logistics, that is when the waiter or the waitresses serve the food to the customers. Marketing and sales, as the name suggests, and service, after sales service, well, it's probably going to be a limited context here within the restaurant scenario. Okay, so that's just a very quick overview of Porter's value chain. Thank you for listening to today's training video, and please come back tomorrow for the next video.